Hello, I want to share an infinite amount of parallel universes meditation that sometimes I do that is very, very, very powerful. Makes you not worry about anything, makes you go with the flow, makes you realize that the universe is just this plastic, like, you know, um, thing, I guess, for you to toy with and for you to have whatever you want and do whatever you want and feel in place all the time, like you were in the right place. And now the idea is that um, now I've made lots of videos, and I guess you could do research, but scientific research supports this idea, and all of the aliens pretty much say this too. That in the third dimension, in the world that we live now, with nuts and bolts, everything like this, is very well, it's very solid for us, but it's very I guess it's also the most maybe the least solid, least real, least fixed in a way, but also the most fixed. It's weird, interesting to think about, but the fact of the matter is that there's an infinite amount of numbers of parallel universes. So there's an infinite amount of parallel yous. So if you think of yourself, if you have like a daydream of yourself as the president, well, you are the president in another life. Like, that's how many different parallel universes there are. Okay? So all you are then, so your soul, your oversoul, there's a part of your soul, like your soul, of who you are, would be like the twig at the end of the tree, like the leaf. And then your oversoul would be like, the branch or the trunk or whatever. I guess God would be the trunk, but you would be the branch. And then so that branch has all these different twigs with all these different slight variations, like basically an infinite number of them, right? So basically what that means is that, well, your soul is very big, your oversoul. Well, basically what that means is that you, on this world, are nothing more than your experiences. That's what you are, is your experiences. So I'm here living my life, right? And like right now, I have a pretty good life. I'm traveling around Europe, I'm having fun. But like, and this is that I am that part of my soul, my grander soul. I'm that part of it, and that's and nothing more. You know, I am my experience. I'm not I am not my body or my job or my reputation to anybody else, or my thoughts of myself or to any or within society. I'm none of that. All I am are what I do. It's like that Pink Floyd song, all you live and all you find, everything and every day, la la la. All you are and all you is all your life will ever be. Like from the dark side of the moon. Like everything you do, like that's what your life is. Like you are your action. You are. So basically, is that if you're like what that can mean psychologically in the meditation is that if you feel like you haven't accomplished what you wished you would have accomplished, well, don't worry, because you have accomplished that just in another universe. And it was this life that where you're accomplishing this. Because the fact of the matter is physically you can't accomplish everything you ever wanted to accomplish. You just don't have the time for that. You can't be the president. You can't win the Super Bowl and be a scientist and be a teacher and be all these different things. You can't do that all in one life. It's not possible. You're just one person. So just be happy with what you're doing and just be satisfied knowing that that's what that you're just fulfilling that part of who you are. But the thing is that if you're not satisfied doing with what you're doing, then just stop what you're doing at that moment and just do something else. So if you're like living in doing a job, say, in a place where you're not comfortable, like if you're working in a really crowded mall inside and you just wake up and you're like, I don't like this, it's not me. Well, working in a job in a mall crowded inside is a great job for some people because that exists and they can always find people. They're always going to be able to find people to do that, and if they can't, then that kind of job, they'll pay more to get other people to do it, or they won't find anybody in that kind of job, will just go out the window. But the fact of the matter is that there'll always be somebody to do that job. So if you don't feel happy doing that job, don't feel stuck. Don't feel like you have to do it. The only person you owe anything that you do in your life to is yourself. So just stop doing it immediately and go do what you wanted to do. Like if you had dreams of studying for a few years and then becoming a solar panel installer on houses in Alaska or something, then do it. And all of a sudden you're doing that. And so, because also is what, Bashar, the alien, says, is that all these different parallel universes, they're so close to each other, like there's only like one different thing that's different in the whole universe, is that you can always jump. It's like a train jumping track. You can always jump track whenever you want. So you can always so if you stop doing this job and then go do the other job, it's kind of like, you could think of it as jumping from one parallel universe all the way to the next parallel universe. You don't have to have the special little wormhole thing to jump through. That technology, like with Jerry O'Connell and that movie, and that TV show Sliders from 15 years ago. You don't have to have any of that technology. All you do is just quit your job and do the other job, and you've moved to the other parallel universe. And then you do that other thing, and then then you're happy doing that. So the fact of the matter is, if you're not happy with doing what you're doing, then stop doing what you're doing and do something else, or move to the other parallel universe. And anyway, so the meditation is just to realize, if you just think about it that way, and you realize, like if there's drama, any kind of uncomfortable anything in your life or in the world even, then just recognize that you don't like it. All you have to do is recognize. It's like what Jesus said, all you have to do is have faith, and then you can move mountains. So just have faith that you can have what you want, and then you'll have what you want. So if you think, I don't want to live in a world where there's an economic collapse in Greece right now. Well, then we'll just ignore the economic collapse in Greece. And then continue having fun doing whatever you're doing, and then by the time you realize and then you look at Greece again and there's nothing wrong with Greece. Because the fact of the matter is, Greece is going to get bailed out anyways. So maybe you can actually, this is the really esoteric way of looking at it, maybe you can warp drive to a universe where there's no economic collapse in Greece. But basically the idea is that the universe is very, very not solid. It does what you want. And what I think about is like the aliens, when they come and they talk to us. What they do is they're in some higher dimension, and they go, okay, well, let's go to a world where they're gonna listen to what we have to say, because we want to talk about this one thing, and we want to hear what they ask and how they react to what we tell them. And so they come and they just invent whatever world they want to go to, because it exists already. So they just go there by imagining it. They bring it there, and then they talk. And that's what the lives of the aliens is all about. It's just going and talking to other people and expanding their minds by exploring other people's minds. So just so just go to wherever you feel. So just recognize that you are your experience, and just to do what you want to do. And it's kind of difficult to explain, but I'm out of time. Maybe I'll continue it in another titled video.